Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to start on a new storyline, and I'm just going to keep going until it's over with. Hopefully you're all up for that, and hopefully you're all having a relaxing and the most tranquil your day could possibly be. And hopefully I can help you with that. So, if you got it, blaze up and let me take you on an adventure.
Hey, you asked for this.
Enters the dungeon,
That
fights
was
it
just getting started.
You guys are vampires. What else will I find in here? Head painted stone frog. Okay. I'm gonna assume that that's some kind of furniture or something, because it doesn't sound like any kind of armor I'd want to wear.
What
Don't worry,
interest
I'm a
does a
speed
Dagon
reader.
cult have in this place? Flee?
Do your worst, Remora. I'll tell you nothing.
I'll squeeze the knowledge out of... Damn. I forgot how fragile mortals can be.
Damn, she just murdered him right in front of us.
I sense. Yes. You are the mortal I sent for, and not a moment too soon. Good. I attempted to get this Mehrunes Dagon cultist to enlighten me. He refused. I may have insisted a bit too vigorously, but it was his own fault.
Why is it Daedra asking me for help?
Technically, I am a Dromora. But yes, my origins are Daedric. I was investigating the activities of these followers of Mehrunes Dagon when I ran into an obstacle. It pains me to admit it, but this requires a mortal's touch. I need assistance.
Yeah? What kind of assistance are we talking about?
An Imperial cache lies beyond that concealed doorway. Unfortunately, the entrance has been warded to prevent anyone, including those of my kind, from passing through. I require a capable mortal to shatter the ward so we can see what's hidden inside.
And how am I going to shatter the ward?
Take this amulet. I went to great trouble to acquire it. With it, you should be able to shatter the ward and open the hidden storehouse. We must find the secrets locked inside before the Dagonists do. The fate of your world hangs in the balance.
Alright. I'll shatter your ward.
The amulet should allow you to remove the ward so we may enter the concealed annex. I had it specifically constructed just for this purpose, but it will only function for a mortal. Hurry now. I haven't got all day.
What do you hope to find in the concealed annex?
I acquired a map from the Mehrunes Dagon cultists that indicates an Imperial cache is hidden inside. I want to reach that cache before they do, and find out what Emperor Leovic thought was important enough to hide from mortals and Daedra alike.
You mentioned the fate of the world. Care to elaborate?
Don't the actions of the Daedric princes, when turned in this direction, always concern the fate of this particular ball of mud? The Longhouse Emperors have protected a secret for 3 generations. A secret that involves Mehrunes Dagon.
And you think that... that secret is dangerous?
A secret guarded from mortals and Daedra alike that involves the Prince of Destruction? I do not think the threat could be any more clear if they painted us a picture. What form that threat will take, however, that is what I hope to ascertain.
And why do you care? I thought all Daedra were evil.
How remarkably narrow-minded you mortals can be. What is your definition of evil? Do I care for the lives of mortals? No. Do you care for the lives of ants that crawl beneath your feet? Our interests are aligned at this time. That should suffice.
Wow. She compared us to ants. It's kind of rude. If the ward is in place, why are you concerned about the cultists reaching the cache first?
I saw the Dagonists use magic to temporarily disable the ward. Their power is limited, however, and the ward reasserted itself before I could follow them. Only power akin to the amulet can totally destroy the ward.
And where did you get this amulet you gave me?
Do you assume I am without resources? That I do not have connections in both the Mundus and throughout the plains of oblivion? I have given you the amulet, and it will do its job. Nothing else matters, little mortal.
Why don't you just use the amulet yourself? Why do you need me?
The protective ward is deadly to Daedra. As a mortal, you are perfectly immune to any such dangers. The ward simply bars your way. Besides, the amulet can only be used by a mortal. That's part of the reason it can destroy the ward.
And the ward won't hurt me.
As a mortal, you are immune to the harmful effects of the protective ward. As long as it is in place, however, it will prevent either of us from passing through the warded doorway. That is its primary function, after all.
Okay. Who is this Mehrunes Dagon?
Mehrunes Dagon is one of the Daedric princes, the Lords of Oblivion. Specifically, he is the Prince of Destruction, Revolution, and Ambition. Natural disasters are his forte, though some consider him nothing more than a god of bloodshed and betrayal.
Sounds like quite the guy. Why do the activities of Mehrunes Dagon's cult concern you?
Concern? I am not concerned. I am curious. Secrets intrigue me. If anyone should be concerned, little mortal, it is you.
Yeah? Well, why should I be concerned?
When a cult devoted to the god of destruction performs mysterious deeds upon your doorstep, there is a good chance your home will soon be engulfed in fire, devoured by earthquakes, or submerged in a raging flood. And by your home, I mean Nirn.
Yeah, that might concern me just a little bit. I gotta admit.
The ward has fallen. Let us see what waits inside. I sense more wards ahead. Deal with them. I shall wait here.
Man, you're so useful.
You destroyed the wards. I felt each one shatter in turn. Well done, little mortal. Now tell me, what did you find?
I found a scroll bearing the seal of Emperor Leovic. Schematics for a vault and a map of Gratwood.
Let me see them. A collection of apparently mundane items, at least on the surface. But look at this scroll. It not only bears the seal of the last Longhouse Emperor, it has been ensorcelled so that it cannot be unfurled or read. Interesting.
What do you make of the schematics?
Architectural plans from the looks of it, and not the mundane engineering so common to your world. No, these plans include powerful Daedric elements. Some sort of vault, obviously, strengthened and enhanced by a complex arcane matrix. Intriguing.
And what do you think the map signifies?
It marks a location in Grotwood, Ne Salas, another ruin, and perhaps another annex. I'll open a portal to take you there. Keep the amulet. It retains power enough to deal with a few more wards. While you search, I shall try to read the scroll. This portal will take you to Ne Salas. Raid the caches while I do.
Oh, crap. Hopefully she's still there.
Trust me, Thaindil. Magical transport is the only way this many Redguard could have appeared here so suddenly. We need to cut them off before an entire army is on our doorstep.
That's a different quest. We ain't on that quest. I'm just gonna keep focusing in on the ones that we're doing. It just seems better that way, so that we can stay on track and not just like divert to quest to quest to quest to quest. It breaks the immersion and kind of screws up the story. So I think I'm just gonna start taking one of them at a time.
One more step and you get an arrow in the knee.
Huh.
You don't look like a cultist.
Well, if that wasn't a Skyrim reference, I don't know what was.
Damn it all to Hermaeus Mora's nether regions. If you aren't one of the damn cultists and you aren't one of the Covenant soldiers, then what in the name of Oblivion's stinky armpit are you doing down here?
I'm looking for Imperial caches in a hidden annex chamber.
Imperial caches? Really? That's funny. That's exactly what brought me here. But then I found this band of wood elves under assault by Covenant soldiers and a group of insane Daedric cultists. You positive you aren't one of the cultists?
I'm just trying to get to the cache before the cultists find it.
All right. The enemy of my enemy and all that? Just like in the Investigator Vale stories. I suppose I can trust you. For now. The cultists answer to someone called Doombringer Eshel, and he's got some kind of scholar lady at his side.
And do you know where the cache is located?
Farther in, I'm guessing. The cultist leader paid off the soldiers and they just let them wander on through. If you can clear a path, I'll get these wood elves out of here and then follow after you. We can meet up when you find the cultists.
Who are you again?
I'm just a young wood elf with a good bow and a thirst for adventure. I plan to make a name for myself, and this seems like the perfect opportunity. Provided I don't get sacrificed in some stupid Daedric ceremony along the way.
What do you mean? A name for yourself?
Cracked acorns. You established adventurers don't understand. When you're starting out, it's hard to become recognized as a real hero. But that's what I want to be. Just like in the Investigator Vale and Green Hood stories.
Okay. Why are you after an Imperial cache then?
I found a journal in Black Drake Villa, a hidden refuge of the Longhouse Emperors. It was in some kind of code, so it took me a while to figure out what it said. Well, actually, I had someone decipher it for me.
And, what did the journal say?
Even deciphered, the journal didn't make much sense. Emperor Leovic wrote it. Lots of crazy talk about annexes around Tamriel where he hid caches related to something he called the Emperor's Secret. I decided to investigate, so here I am.
Alright. Well, what can you tell me about Doombringer Aisha?
Not much. I heard a few of the cultists mention his name. Said it with a mixture of awe and respect. I think they're afraid of him. I noticed that the woman scholar stayed close to the leader's side. She was explaining the history of this place. Once I get these wood elves out of here, I'll catch up with you.
Sure thing, weird elf lady.
Delicate and dashing.
Circle around!
Star Chandelier.
I'm listening. High rock and hammer fell.
cultists. They destroyed the ward and marched right in.
I ain't well and stay fit, but I'll die.
Hit them where it hurts!
Go around!
Yes? Something on your mind?
Yeah, we're standing on the corpse.
Get yourself free, quick!
Where is the soul shard that I wanted?
Cultists. This whole situation, it's gone roots up faster than a Nord eats pie.
What happened to you?
We were trying to get back to the others, avoiding the soldiers as best we could. But we ran right into the cultists. They wounded me, but I played dead. Watched the Scholar Lady work her magic and break the ward. They hid it inside, and
Take your time. Then what happened?
a wood elf slipped out of the shadows. But not one of my mates. Said her name was Everly Sharp Arrow. She made sure I wasn't bleeding too badly, and went in after the cultists.
Are you gonna be alright?
Don't shake any branches on my account. I just need a moment, and then I'll sneak out of this place. Can't say the same about my mates, though. But if you plan to help Everly and do something about those cultists, you better get a move on.
Hey, over here! You need to see this! What took you so long? Never mind, never mind. Look down there. That's the cult leader and the Scholar Lady I told you about. And that must be the Imperial cache.
How did you get down here so quickly?
What can I say? I'm as fast as a leaf on the wind and silent as a shadow. I suggest we take different paths to that chamber, just in case. I'll meet you down there. Last one to put an arrow in the cultist is a sour gore apple.
I would need to know what the hell a gore apple is, but okay. That journal that led you here, did it happen to mention anything about the fate of the world?
That's an odd question. I was hired to find another book at Black Drake Villa and came across the journal. I was curious and I had some time, so I had the journal deciphered. Turned out to be a lot of ramblings. Emperor Leovic was either crazy or...
What?
desperate. The coded message had that sort of air about it. But yes, he alluded to some end-of-the-world level stuff along with the rest of his crazy. I came here to see if there was any truth to the danger, to go along with his obvious delusions.
We must recover the dated weapons. Bring me the contents of their cache as soon as you have them.
I will not fail, Doombringer. I'll have the walls down momentarily. Interesting. This war is different. Perhaps nation.
Barely broke a sweat.
On the sides!
Complex. More layers than the previous wards. Wait. I sense intruders. Keep them back while I finish my work.
I forgot to keep score.
It's okay, I was winning.
This war appears to require a special king. Disastrix Marvelabor. Deal with the interlopers.
Let disaster rain upon you, fool!
You first.
Give me a second.
Eat arrows, creepy cult lady.
My arrows always strike true. Can you open that Imperial cache? Hang on, let me try. Hey, that actually worked!
your weapon, Elf. I'll confer with the other mortal after they search the cache.
And coded Imperial Scroll, Longhouse Emperor Signet Ring.
What did you find? Anything interesting in there? Well, what was inside the cache? Have we finally discovered the secret of the Longhouse Emperors?
No secrets. At least none that I could tell. Just a signet ring and a scroll written in code.
Let me take a look. Yeah, that's a code, all right. Imperial. Just like in the journal I found at Black Drake Villa. I know someone who can decipher this. He helped me with the journal. I'm sure I can get him to translate this scroll, too.
And where do we find this contact of yours?
Not far from here. Just outside Eldenroot. Just look for the camp with all the books in it. I'll meet you there.
Tell me more about this contact of yours.
Let's just say I've known him for a very long time and I trust him with my life. Like I said, he translated the journal I found. The one written by Emperor Leovic that led me here. Tell me why we should trust that Daedra lady, though.
I don't trust her. At least not completely. But she's trying to figure this out. Same as us.
All right, if you say so. I suppose if she's willing to help, we have to give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to watch her like a hawk, though. You never count your seeds before they sprout, my great Aunt Laura always said.
Now that you've satisfied the Wood Elf's curiosity, it's time to satisfy mine. Show me what the cache contained, little mortal.
I found Emperor Leovic's signet ring and a scroll written in Imperial code.
We already knew this concerned Emperor Leovic, and I cannot read those coded words. As much as this mystery intrigues me, it has also begun to bore me. If we don't solve some piece of the puzzle soon, I may just look elsewhere for entertainment.
You'd leave us to deal with this on our own, even though the fate of the world may be at stake?
The fate of your world, little mortal, not mine. But do not fear. The mortal realm has always amused me. I will aid you as I can, provided such effort. So, the Wood Elf is...
Alright, hold on a second.
Now that you've we are the fate of your world, little mortal, not mine. But do not fear. The mortal realm has always amused me. I will aid you as I can, provided such efforts continue to benefit me as well. Alas, I cannot help decipher the Emperor's code.
The elf knows someone in Eldenroot can cipher this code.
So, the Wood Elf is useful after all. Interesting. I will open a portal to this Eldenroot to expedite your journey. When the opportunity presents itself, ask the Wood Elf how she was able to break that ward. I sense something powerful.
I'll ask her. Were you able to open the ensorcelled scroll we found at the other annex?
Not yet, but I have my finest Banekin working on it even as we speak. Go, little mortal. Solve the mysteries before you while I ponder the various clues we've pulled together. I will find you when one of us has something new to report. This portal shall take you to Eldenroot. Do not dally. I sense there's more to this mystery than the politics of emperors.
Keep an ear out for anything exciting. Friend, meet Baragon. Baragon, this is my friend. We've got a scroll to show.
Everly says you have something for me to look at.
Yes, but it's written in code. Hopefully you can decipher it for us.
Let me take a look. Oh, Imperial, all right. Specifically, this is Emperor Leovic's personal code. Luckily, I know it well. Unfortunately, I don't have Leovic's signet ring. Without that, I can't decipher the code.
Well, you're in luck. We found this ring alongside the scroll.
You have a signet ring? Why, yes, this does appear to be Emperor Leovic's. At least it's one of them. He certainly loved his jewelry. So first that journal that Everly brought me, and now this. What have you and my sister gotten into this time?
Everly is your sister?
My younger sister, yes. I used to regale her with stories of my adventures, back before I became a scribe in Emperor Morikar's court. I worked for both him and his son Leovic. Everly says I sling words the way she looses arrows, fast and on target.
You were an adventurer and a scribe?
Technically, I was an adventurer, then a scribe. Turned out I preferred ink and parchment to danger and daring do. Unfortunately, I think I put the wrong ideas into little Everly's head. Anyway, the scroll's over there. Deciphered and everything.
Wow. How convenient. Okay. The words of Emperor Leovic. Written in Imperial Code. In Second Era 577. And deciphered by Baragon in the current year. The traitor, Varen, marches ever closer. The rebel, the would-be usurper. I must complete this document and send it with all due haste to one of my hidden imperial caches. The secret, started by my grandfather and passed on to me by my father, must not die with me. It is imperative that the four ambitions come to fruition. That everything is ready when the time is right. Promises were made, bargains set in blood and stone. And the Prince of Destruction does not accept failure, not in the matters such as this. My steward, Farul Lupus, has raised me, served me, taught me, indulged me. Now he acts as my confessor, as well as hearing every detail of the plan and the secret. He knows the location of where the four ambitions have been moved. He knows where to find the book. He knows everyone who has ever been involved in one aspect of the plan or another. He may not understand everything, I told him, but he will remember. He literally knows where every part of the secret has been buried. If I cannot stop Varen the betrayer, if I cannot restore order to my empire, then those who remain must carry on. Between your devoted, walking flame and the knowledge I have passed on to the steward Lupus, you have everything you need to make our four ambitions a reality. Do not fail me. Do not fail Mehrunes Dagon.
Well, what did the scroll say? Do we finally know the Emperor's secret?
Apparently you weren't listening when I just struggled to read all of that. But here,
Varl Lupus? He hired me to investigate Black Drake Villa. But why is the word ambitions capitalized? It must mean something special. Thanks for helping me. Here, take part of what Lupus already paid me. There's more if you come with me to Riften.
Man, she just loves bribing me to do stuff.
The deciphered document, it mentions the person who hired me, Varl Lupus. Could he really be Emperor Leovic's steward? I guess it's possible. Anyway, I'm supposed to bring this book I recovered to him. Well, to his contact in Riften, anyway.
Tell me about this book you recovered.
Varl Lupus sent me to retrieve the book from Black Drake Villa, one of the Longhouse Emperor's hidden retreats. I found it and a journal, the one that led me to Nasalis. It's a strange old tome. I can't read any of the words, if they are words.
What do you mean you can't read it?
It's written in a language I've never seen before. Looking at the pages makes my eyes hurt, and just carrying it around, it's kind of uncomfortable. Will you come with me to Riften? I want to deliver the book and be done with this business.
Fine. I'll go with you to Riften, just to deliver the book.
I never actually met with Varl Lupus directly. Everything was done through an intermediary, a mage named Renna. We can find her at the Mages Guild Hall in Riften. My brother has a cart we can use to make the journey, or I can just meet you there.
What else do you know about Varl Lupus?
Before we found the document my brother deciphered for us, I assumed he was a scholar or a book collector or something. I had no idea he was the steward of the last Longhouse Emperor. We never met, just exchanged letters until he sent me to Renna.
And what do I need to know about Renna?
Renna's some kind of mage. She gave me the final instructions for my mission to the villa and handed over the gold. Well, the first payment. I'm promised more when I deliver the book. Don't worry, I'll make sure you get a fair share of the reward.
Alright, well tell me more about the book you were sent to retrieve from the Black Drake Villa.
Neither Farrell's letters nor my discussion with Renna provided much information. They told me where to look and gave me a map. It had a description of the book written in the corner. I've been carrying it around for a while now. It's difficult.
Difficult how?
It's hard to describe. It's like carrying a weight, but not like a heavy pack or anything. More like a burden, a constant worry that never subsides. I've also had dreams lately. Bad ones. But I don't want to talk about them. Not yet.
Why didn't you just deliver the book as soon as you retrieved it?
Those feelings weren't there at the beginning. Plus, I found that journal. I took it to my brother to decipher. By then, I realized the Longhouse Emperors were hiding something. I wanted to know more. So, I went to Nasalis, met you, and here we are.
Did you show your brother the book? Maybe he can translate it.
Yeah, I thought of that. He took one look at the thing and handed it right back to me. Said it wasn't any language he ever saw and wanted nothing to do with it. Some brother, right?
Yeah, some brother, right. I don't remember which one we're on. I think this is it. But I thought she said that she wanted me to come to Riften with her. This is completely different. So confused. And now she's not here anymore. Of course not.
Hold! I was sent for you!
No, you weren't. Let's see if he ties into this quest.
I've been sent to ask for your help. Riften, giant, attacked. Packed army in pursuit. Many wounded. God
No,
Captain
this
Vivica
is something completely different.
The Watch has bigger problems, like that giant. I'd avoid lost prospect if I was you.
Somerset's days of isolation.
Fit that in. Well, I do find that's a little bit annoying about this game, is the quest doesn't like tie into each other, they kind of like break apart. As much as I like that they're small little short stories, sometimes it doesn't seem to track. Well, this quest is in Mournhold, so I guess I'll go there. Figure out whatever the hell this one is.
The manifest is full, but I'll find room.
I think that's the right one.
In the mood for a little trip? I can take you to Vardenfell. Ports of call include Seydenine and Vivec City.
Nope.
I can fit you. Let's go.
Either one of these is right. Let's just go find a way shrine. suppose.
You are heading to Lost Prospect. Skip it.
Whatever shall I do?
Gonna gut him when I find him.
There you are. It's about time you got here.
Love the wind in my hair. Where have you been? I've been waiting for you to arrive for days now. Hold on. Are you all they sent? Didn't the tribunal send you? Well, no matter. I'm just glad you're here. This is Circa Mora, the Cirque. The local...
Please, I need to buy food.
Divines bless you, friend. I am a good man who's fallen on hard times. I have 11 starving children that will surely die without a morsel to eat today. Won't you spare a silver for an honest man and his adoring children? Yes, I'm sure a wealthy traveler and hero such as yourself could spare a few gold for a worthy cause. Won't you think of my poor children wasting away?
No, get away from me.
To oblivion with you.
Thought he was gonna attack me or something. It was kind of boring. He just got pissed off and ran away. Here comes another one trying to wrangle me in for another quest.
No one goes into the gorge. Got that?
Do we say why the pass is closed?
Tell them there's death in the pass. Leave it at that.
Let's make this quick.
Hold. Speak to me before entering Mournhold, citizen.
So, you're the mortal adventurer the Dread Lady seeks. I assumed you'd be, well, taller. Still, my mistress knows best. I bring you a message from Lyrinth, the lovely and powerful Dremora. Hear the words her prophet speaks, and be enthralled.
Alright. Let's hear it.
The Dread Lady requires a mortal's perspective. She finds the situation merely curious, but says it has apocalyptic consequences for our plane of existence. Congratulations, mortal. She has chosen you, and she promises compensation if you survive.
You seem rather calm about delivering apocalyptic messages from a Dremora.
Calm, I suppose. But I have faith in Lyrinth, and she seems to have faith in you. I'll mark the destination on your map. Plus, I secured transportation. The regal, sweet daffodil. Oh, and take this pendant. You'll need it when you get there.
Alright. I'll take the sweet daffodil. Take me to your lady.
Sweet Daffodil will whisk you directly to the location. Once there, you must get past the creatures that roam the place to find Lyrinth's hidden lair. The pendant will alert you when the time comes to use it. Then, just follow the trail of energy.
Can I just break character for a minute and just say, who in the holy hell would agree to any of this shit? The meeting places are so vague, you have to fight your way in order to get to the meeting place, and then you don't even know if the person that you're trying to meet is serious about anything because this was all delivered to you by some obscure weird lady. I mean, come on. Just do better. How will the pendant reveal Lyrinth's hidden lair?
Isn't it obvious? The pendant contains an Epiphany blood ruby. It tingles when it senses residual portal magic. Use it, and it will lead you to Lyrinth's lair. How ironic. She chose you to assist her. Not her prophet, but you. A heathen adventurer.
Yeah, and you know, obvious. Pendant contains Epiphany blood ruby. How could I have been so misguided in my questioning? It was right there in front of me. You remind me of Rogadis Cinema.
Please, I am nothing like my insipid older brother. Nothing at all. I am the Dread Lady's true prophet, her voice resounding in the mortal realm, her herald on the plain of Nirn.
Yeah, Rogadis also claimed to be Lyranth's prophet.
My dim-witted brother claims to be many things. The Dread Lady and I allow him his delusions. Makes it easier to get him to accomplish the few tasks that aren't beyond his limited skill set. You should feel honored that this time my mistress sent me.
So, besides delivering messages for the Dread Lady, what does a prophet exactly do?
Speaking the words of some higher power is the standard definition of a prophet. And there is no higher power than my mistress, no matter what the other temples or shrines may tell you. I do whatever the Dread Lady asks, and am honored to do so.
Yeah, well, Lyranth and I go way back.
Yes, I am aware of your relationship with my mistress. It may not be as intimate as mine, but she does seem to have a certain fondness for you. Still, we must not use her name so casually. Enemies abound and mortals become skittish so easily.
Aw, Lyranth is fond of me.
Oh, not in any romantic or mortal interpretation of the word. Not even in the way a child is fond of a puppy or kitten. Dremora aren't like us. You must have realized that by now. But my mistress finds you interesting. Yes, that's the word.
I see. You mentioned enemies.
A group of Dagonists, known as the Order of the Waking Flame, has been interfering in my mistress's activities of late. They are of no real concern to her, but I don't want to attract their attention. I suggest you take similar precautions.
Sweet Daffodil is an unusual name for a mount, isn't it?
That she is. Although gender isn't what you imagine when it comes to classifying Daedric entities. It took a lot of effort to summon her to this plane, just to provide you with convenient transportation. My mistress insisted, however, so I complied.
Was it safe?
Sweet Daffodil would never harm a flesh fly, let alone a favored curiosity of the Dread Lady. But just to be on the safe side, I suggest not getting too close to her fiery bits.
Well, something tells me that this is going to start a new quest, guys. But since I can't remember what the hell
I don't remember the last time things were this hectic.
the other quest was, or where I need to go for it, I suppose we can do this one
I heard the
instead.
Hallborn have spies in the city. Maybe that's what all the fuss is about.
I'm reading all of these other ones and I don't see one that leads us back to where we were going. There it is. Alright, I found it. We'll go back on that one, I guess. Now that I found it. I thought this was the right one, but it's not. Where is this one located? In Riften, where I just was. What a jackass.
I don't remember the last time things were this hectic.
Oh well. Shit happens, right?
Rub it in, why don't you? If you must know, Shadowstooler has rejected me. Again.
So we're definitely gonna come back and do that other one afterwards, since I started that one. Come on, I didn't even go in the freaking place.
Punching them.
You just like walk up to the Mages Guild and she loses rapport with you. What the fuck? You can't even walk by a Mages Guild. Well, you go away, pissy little bitch.
Hey friend, over here!
In light or shadow, I am here.
You made it! I'm glad you're here. I wasn't looking forward to facing Renna alone. Not after what we found out.
You sure Renna is here?
Yeah, I spotted her in the main hall. Look, I've been thinking. Since Varl, Lucas, and Renna weren't totally honest with me, I might as well use an intermediary of my own. Plus, something's not right about all this. Will you talk to Renna for me?
Alright, sure, I'll talk to Renna. What do you mean by something ain't right?
I'm not sure, but I want to keep watch. I've had the feeling that someone's been following me since I arrived in Riften. I might be acting like a cracked acorn, but better safe than sorry, right?
Goodbye.
Yes? Is there something I can help you with?
I represent Miss Sharparrow. She wants to turn over the item you sent her to recover.
Everly? She found Farrell's book? Oh, that's wonderful news. But why is Everly standing way over there? And why are you talking to me instead of her? What's this all about, stranger?
Well, when Everly found out you hadn't been completely honest with her, she decided to be cautious.
Not completely honest. Just what are you implying? Is Everly attempting to change the terms of our deal? Farrell offered a fair price for what he asked her to do.
Yeah, and we now know that Farrell was Emperor Leovic's steward.
Quiet! If certain ears heard those words, our lives wouldn't be worth a hawker's blister. I suppose it's time for Everly to meet Farrell. We have a house here in Riften, around the corner from the bank. Just knock 2 times or he won't respond.
doesn't sound good. Hurry, let's get inside. Oh, Renner. I'm so sorry.
Oh, Farrell! I told him to forget about the past, but did he listen? No!
Does this have something to do with the Emperor Leovic's secret?
You know about that? Maybe. Probably. Farrell never told me a lot about his time serving the Emperor, but I knew it was on his mind recently. That's why he hired Evely. He said he wanted to make things right.
So who do you think killed him? I found this sheet of paper on his body.
A sheet of... Oh, gods. That's a sign of the Dark Brotherhood. They assassinated my poor Farrell, and all because of something that should have stayed buried with the damn Longhouse Emperors.
Tell us what you know about this secret. Everything we found so far, it led us here.
Then I guess you've reached a dead end. Farrell never told me much, just that he needed the book he sent Evely to find. That he had to correct a terrible mistake. He also mentioned that Leovic told him things, but he never got into specifics.
I'm sorry Farrell was killed. But what should Evely do with the book he sent her to find?
I don't care about the book. I want nothing to do with it. If the Dark Brotherhood thinks I know anything, they'll come after me. And you as well. You should forget about Farrell and Leovic and that book. Forget about them and go far, far away.
What do you remember about what Farrell told you about Leovic? Anything you can remember may help.
You know, things. State secrets, I suppose. Hidden dreams, wild desires. Farrell helped raise the Emperor. They were close. Or as close as the most powerful man in the world and his steward can be. Once, Farrell mentioned another secret.
Did this secret involve something called the Four Ambitions?
Ambitions? No, I don't recall any mention of that. Farrell didn't say much, just referred to something as the secret of the Longhouse Emperors. I got the feeling it had something to do with Daedra worship and some sort of weapons. That's all I know.
Come on, let's talk outside. I'll meet you out back under the dock. What do you think? Did the Dark Brotherhood really assassinate Farrell Lupus? Is this book he sent me to retrieve really that important? I'm not sure what we should do next, so if you have any ideas, I can't wait to hear them.
We have a strange book. A secret that may concern the fate of the world. And a murdered steward.
That about sums it up. Plus the dreams I've been having. Ever since I found that book, I've been having the most strange and disturbing dreams.
What kind of dreams?
Nothing specific. I'm always someplace. A forest, a town. Then the ground starts to shake or fire erupts all around me. Once the place was flooded by a deluge of water. And there were always 4 animals watching from a nearby hill.
What types of animals?
A huge boar, a fox, and a pair of identical rams. Weird, huh? You know, I'm attributing the dreams to the book, but it could be something I ate. My diet has been all over the place these past few weeks.
Well, as interesting as that is, it doesn't really help us at the moment.
Oh, great. A scary Daedra lady is back.
Flattery and cuteness will get you nowhere, Elf. Come, say thank you, little mortal. I have read the ensorcelled scroll, and I know where we need to go next on our quest to learn Leovic's secret. Unless, that is, you and the elf discovered something in the coded documents.
The coded message led us to Leovic's steward. He was murdered by the Dark Brotherhood.
The assassins who follow Mephala? Or are they the ones who serve the Void? No matter. My information actually concerns the secret we seek to uncover. According to the ensorcelled scroll, there is another cache annex beneath the Imperial City.
And what's beneath the Imperial City?
Yes, hidden in the Imperial sewers. I will open a portal that will get you close to the annex, but you will need to deal with the wards. For all their reverence of the Daedra, these Longhouse Emperors certainly went out of their way to keep us out.
Alright. Let's see what's waiting for us in the Imperial sewers.
Oh, not me, little mortal. I have no intention of slogging through the muck and the sludge when you are more than capable of handling that. I shall catch up to you after you have dealt with the wards. Go on now, and take the wood elf with you.
Another portal? Don't Daedra have flying horses or something? So these are the Imperial sewers. Fancy. Like the Order of the Waking Flame got here first. Damn! Go slow. Let's not alert the cultists until absolutely necessary. Look! A cache! And it's still warded!
These treasures belong to the Order of the Waking Flame.
What a glorious day. As my prince commanded, I allied myself with the Reachmen. I'm really not sure how to pronounce that. Durarach? Durach? Also known as the Black Drake, and brokered a deal that will see the powerful barbarian crowned emperor and placed upon the ruby throne. Now begins the true work. The endless preparations, the rituals, everything that must be done to make ready for the four ambitions of Mehrunes Dagon. We will perform our tasks and wait for the day when the final part of the arrangement will be carried out, and Mehrunes Dagon will claim his due. All praise the Prince of Destruction, all praise the Prince of Change.
The Longhouse Emperors really did it. They made a deal with Mehrunes Dagon. Emperor Leovic wrote that, but it's not in code. If those Councillors know the secret, their lives are in danger.
Let us fight!
This document describes a ritual that I must perform, or that must be performed at a dedicated shrine deeper inside this annex. If successful, the ritual will allow the performer of the ritual to communicate directly with Mehrunes Dagon. At least, that seems to be the general idea. Note in the margins indicate that the ritual was inscribed by ESO, Doombringer of the Order of the Waking Flame.
The cult's trying to contact Mehrunes Dagon. Let's find that shrine.
Step through the portal and prove your worth to the Lord of Fire and Flood.
That cracked acorn is stepping into oblivion? don't believe it. Is this really Oblivion?
Gave the mortals everything they requested, and yet we come to this.
Your acolyte, the leader of our race, is seeking to find a more ambitious The leader of the Waking Flame sent me to finish what the Black Flame started.
I have invested a significant amount of effort into the 4 ambitions.
Eat arrows, you rotters!
And the bargain struck remains unfulfilled.
Then command me, Lord Dagon. I shall do whatever you ask.
You want my ambitions? Then prove your worth and destroy the intruders.
Arise, Kraskoth! Destroy those who would defy Lord Dagon! Lord Dagon, Prince of Destruction, lend us your strength! Then face me directly, unbelievers!
Bested my follower, mortals. So I shall permit you to leave my realm with your lives. Step through the portal and be gone.
A portal from Oblivion? And you, little mortal, emerging with hardly a scratch? Come, tell me everything. You never cease to intrigue me, little mortal. Is that the distinct scent of Mehrunes Dagon and the Deadlands that lingers about you like a cloud of flesh flies? Never mind about that. Tell me what you learned and how you ended up in Dagon's realm.
The Waking Flame cultists were in the annex when we arrived.
Yes. The Order of the Waking Flame has been particularly persistent in trying to run down the secret for themselves. Speaking of which, did you learn any more about Leovik's secret?
I found a record of a bargain made between Duro... Oh my god. between the Black Drake and Mehrunes Dagon.
Interesting. I recall something about that. The mortal who went on to become the first of the Longhouse Emperors attempted to make deals with a number of the Daedric princes, my own lord included. Any indication about the terms of this bargain?
Some sort of weapons. The 4 ambitions. And I found a list. People who apparently know the secret.
Well, little mortal, your course is clear. We have barely plumbed the depths of this mystery. You must find the people on this list and discover the truth of the 4 ambitions. Meanwhile, I have other avenues to explore.
Now that the scary Daedra lady is gone, let's talk. That was kind of exciting. I've never been to any part of Oblivion before. A lot of it felt familiar, though, like places I've seen in my dreams lately. Anyway, thanks to everything we learned, I know exactly what needs to happen next.
What needs to happen next, Evelyn?
We need to find the people on that list. Warn them about the Dark Brotherhood. See what they can tell us about the ambitions. And what I should do with this book. Hey, thanks, by the way. I never got the rest of my pay, but I can spare this for now.
Looks like we're getting a memento. It's a Daedric unwarding amulet. Every adventurer needs a tool that works against Daedric wards. Just hold this amulet up, invoke the magic, perhaps shield your eyes, and voila! The ward is not unwarded. Well, it's showy at least.
I'll start the search in Leywin. That's where Chief Counselor Lovidicus was last I heard. Think he's helping to govern the city or something. Once I get the lay of the land, I'll send word to you. You know, in case you still want to help and all.
Will you be alright hanging on to that strange book?
I think so. This all started when Varl Lupus sent me to find this book, and that put me on the trail of Emperor Leovic's secret. Now we know that the secret concerns a deal made with Mehrunes Dagon and something called the 4 ambitions.
Yeah, but we don't know any specifics.
Well, we know the Dark Brotherhood murdered Varl Lupus, who turned out to be the Emperor's steward. And we know that the Waking Flame are Dagonists seeking the ambitions. In Leovic's notes, the ambitions were described as some sort of weapons.
And Labyrinth believes all of this concerns the fate of our world.
Yeah, not sure how I feel about the scary Daedra lady, but her ominous warning makes my leaves shudder. If Mehrunes Dagon has his sights set on Tamriel, we're in for all sorts of disasters. Whatever the Longhouse Emperor's promised, it can't be good.
Leovic's notes also listed other people besides Farrell who know about the secret.
Right. I'm not an expert on Imperial politics, but I recognize Leviticus's name. He was on the Elder Council before the Empire fell. I remember listening to a herald in Eldenroot. They brought news that Leviticus was alive and serving in Leywin.
And what can you tell me about Leywin?
Not a lot, really. I've never been up in that area. As far as I know, it's an Imperial city on the Topal Bay. So far, it's been able to keep the Three Banners Wall mostly away from its borders. Or so the heralds have reported.
How will you convince Leviticus that he may be in danger?
I don't know. I usually just make things up along the way. I suppose I'll offer my assistance and see what happens. Once I make some contacts, I'll send word. If you're still interested in solving this mystery, you can meet me then.
Alright, now we gotta figure out where it's pointing us to again. Huh. It doesn't seem like it's in there. Well, let's take a look at this memento. And let's do it away from the people that are actually doing the quest, so that we're not being dickish and like showing off something that they're attempting to get. Cool. Guess we'll go take a ride on Sweet Daffodil, because once again I am not seeing the continuation of this quest.
gorge has arrived. The Warborn have been defeated.
There's something unusual about the keg the bandits were drinking from. For some reason, you feel compelled to pour a drink. The desire to drink grows strong as you pour the wine from the keg. The drink is clearly magically infused, perhaps an alchemical in Riften, Perhaps an alchemist in Riften can analyze it. I better take some of this wine with me. As you move to put the bottle away, your eyes are drawn to its clarity and color. Surely, it wouldn't hurt to try a small taste. Ah, fuck it, let's do it. Let's drink the wine and see what bad stuff happens. You drain the bottle. The wine makes you drunk quickly, but you're still thirsty. The world around you is spinning wildly. You feel it as you're about to pass out, but you're still thirsty. You're not sure if you'll wake up in the same place if you drink any more. Drink even more wine.
Oh, good, you're awake. Can you talk? I was worried for a moment there. I gave you the antidote, but then you passed out. I thought I mixed it wrong.
What happened?
I'm afraid you fell afoul of my self-replenishing wine. The bandits in Fort Greenwall stole it from a caravan last week.
Self-replenishing wine?
Yes, I created it for my alchemical purposes. It's still experimental though, so it has some unintended effects.
Such as?
It replenishes your thirst along with the wine, so you can't stop drinking it. We found you stumbling around outside Fort Greenwall.
I can't remember anything.
You know, it's better this way. That poor cat. Some things you just can't unsee. But I digress. Our house call in a wreck wishes to speak to you, and I must get back to my work.
Good thing I never complain.
Right here.
That sucked. I think that I went on a different quest in there. They really don't do a good job of like guiding you to the one that you're supposed to be on. You kind of just like show up in one spot and then it's like try not to get distracted on the way. Okay, can't be. Oh, it's a two-hander. Oh, shit. Oh well.
Circle around!
That sucks.
You give me no choice.
blade. Remove the blade. Damn enchanted blade. I'll need to figure out how they were able to use it to trap me. But first, we need to talk. Ah, little mortal. Your timing is impeccable as always. Of course, if you had arrived just a few moments earlier, I might not have wound up with that damn blade stuck in my chest.
What happened here, Labyrinth?
Must I say it? That the Dremora you know and admire had a lapse in judgment? That she failed to take her surroundings into account when she opened her portal? Very well, little mortal. I erred, and the Waking Flame took advantage of the opportunity.
The Waking Flame?
The Order of the Waking Flame, to be precise. Fanatics devoted to Mehrunes Dagon, the Daedric Prince of Destruction. 2 of the cultists followed before the portal closed and surprised me. Incapacitated me with that enchanted blade.
Were they trying to kill you?
Quite the opposite. The blade carries a unique enchantment I've never encountered before. It paralyzed me. Gave them the time they needed to portal in others and ransack the place. Quickly, check my coffer. Make sure the velvet pouch is still safe.
All this trouble for a velvet pouch?
It's what the velvet pouch contains that matters. I'm still attempting to ascertain its purpose, but since the Dagonists want it, it must be important. My coffer rests on the nearby pedestal. Check on it while I examine this accursed blade.
Rogatina said the situation was apocalyptic. Care to explain?
Why do mortals insist on receiving every detail, no matter how insignificant or profound, before they accomplish the task at hand? Apocalyptic. Just what you might imagine where the Daedric Prince of Destruction is concerned.
Remind me about the Prince of Destruction and the Waking Flame.
Mehrunes Dagon is a powerful Daedric prince, ruler of the Deadlands and the so-called god of disaster and revolution. His mortal followers call themselves the Order of the Waking Flame. They are his devoted servants here on Nirn.
Is this related to Leovic's secret and the 4 ambitions?
Perhaps, but I have yet to establish a firm link between these activities and those related to the Longhouse Emperor's plots. Regardless, I have every indication that Dagon seeks to unleash destruction upon this plane of existence.
Why go to all the trouble of an enchanted blade instead of just killing you?
Dremora are difficult to kill, and that's doubly true where I'm concerned. Besides, we don't actually die, not as mortals do. Our essence simply returns to oblivion, and we are reconstituted. How long that takes varies. The blade was more prudent.
More prudent? How so?
The Dagonists went to great lengths to forge a blade capable of trapping a Dremora inside its incapacitated body. Instead of simply slaying this form and risking I would return too quickly, they chose to entrap me.
Can they do that whenever they want?
I need to study the magic to be sure, but I don't think so. An enchantment of that magnitude is complex and requires a multitude of resources. I doubt they have other such blades just lying around and ready to use. I will be more cautious, however.
Velvet pouch. Whatever Labyrinth placed in this beautiful velvet bag is no longer here. Its ties have been cut, its contents removed.
It's gone, isn't it? Search the rest of my lair. Find the cultist I wounded before the blade brought me low.
Let this be a lesson.
The Tremor thought to oppose the waking flame. Charge!
I knew I delivered a killing blow. Surprised he made it this far before collapsing. Search the body and retrieve my stolen item.
This letter contains instructions for members of the Order of the Waking Flame, commanding them to acquire an item from Larenth and return with it to a camp in Green Shade.
Show me what you found, mortal. Well, little mortal? Did you recover the item that maggot stole from my coffer? Was it in one of his pockets, as I suspected?
No. All I found was this letter.
Let me see that. This letter names the maggot I killed. Devastator Rulin. And it mentions Greenshade. I wonder what they're doing in that miserable place.
They seem to be after your items specifically.
Indeed. My relic. When I learned that the cult wanted it, I decided to acquire it before they could. I covered my tracks, but apparently not well enough.
Tell me more about the relic.
There isn't much to tell. I have yet to determine the relic's purpose or function. I was just preparing to study it when the cult invaded my lair. No matter. The letter tells us where to find the Dagonists. I'll open a portal. I shall never get used to Nern's smell. Come, mortal. We have plans to discuss. So much greenery and animal life. How do you mortals stand it? Never mind. Rhetorical question. Let us go deal with the Dagonists and retrieve the relic they took from my lair.
How do we find the Order of the Waking Flame?
The note you discovered contains the answer. Where umbrage creeps. It can only refer to one place in this region. Shadows Crawl. I have no doubt we'll find the Dagonists near there.
Shadows Crawl sounds like a big place. Any way to narrow down our search?
The Dagonists use portal magic. I can smell its residue on the air. The pendant that Rogatina gave you. It can be used to follow traces of portal magic in the area.
And where should I start my search?
Right here. Simply use the pendant and follow the trail of the residual magic. Then use it again once the trail turns cold. We must retrieve the relic they stole from me. I shall pursue my own investigation and meet you once we locate the cultists.
crap, my inventory's full. Of course, the nearest town is like 1,000,000 miles away. Alright, let's see what I can get rid of. Signals around 17, get rid of those. 15, get rid of that. 15, get rid of that. I'll keep those.
How did she overcome the blade?
Never mind that. Get in and I'll close the portal.
I don't think so. A simple spell will keep the portal open. Mortal, this way. A cave? I expected the cult to have better taste. Let's look around. I expected Dagon's bootlickers to have grander accommodations than a simple cave. Look around and find my relic, mortal.
Where are we?
I assume this cave serves as a base for the Waking Flame. Not very impressive, truth be told. Come. Let us find whatever hole those cultists used to store their valuables. I want the relic back in my possession before the next clan fear cause. Search the area. Leave no stone unturned. We must retrieve the relic they stole from me. I hear voices up ahead. It must be the cultists. The Dagonists. No better than Daydrats hiding in the bowels of
We're
these
almost
caves.
done here. Then on to Oblivion.
Dremora. Coming here was a mistake, Mirren. Disaster is...
Finally! Search the camp and find my relic, little mortal. Curious drawings. Definitely mechanical. But what was that about transforming Daedra? Intriguing. Well done, mortal. You found my relic. Give it to me.
Clearance the Dremora attained the portal key I wanted. Send Devastator Rulin and a few acolytes to retrieve it. But make it clear, the key is worth more than their lives. Without it, our plans could face a significant setback. Our time to get the Cataclysm up and running grows short. I am loath to relinquish the blade for this task, but we must take the Dremora off the board. Her interference can no longer be tolerated. Once you have the key, just line up the symbols as I've diagrammed here. That should open the portal that will take you to our base in Oblivion. Then, the others can bring me the portal key. We'll need it to access the additional realms for this location. And bring the schematics. Do not leave them behind. The last thing we need is for them to fall into the hands of someone opposed to our vision. Return to us soon, along with the Devastator Rulin. You may witness the next test of the Cataclysm. After that, we shall release... hold on a second, I need something to drink. Return to us soon, along with Devastator Rulin. You may witness the next test of the Cataclysm. After that, we shall release disaster upon the mortal realm. In Dagon's name, Sister Seldina.
So this Sister Seldina wants my relic. And she provided directions on how to use it. Interesting. A letter that conveniently lays out the cult's plans, schematics for some strange device, and my relic. Not bad for a day's labor. These items tell me much about what the Dagonists are up to.
What does the letter signify?
That this Sister Seldina had the audacity to order the cultists to steal my relic. And she gave them the damn blade that incapacitated me. She calls the relic a portal key, claims it leads to some sort of base in Oblivion.
A base in Oblivion?
Yes, from which they plan to unleash disasters upon your world. I suspect it has something to do with these schematics. A diagram for some sort of device they call the Cataclysm. It has some purpose regarding Daedric transformation. Intriguing.
So what now?
My minion had better have completed the preparations I assigned her. Come.
Mistress, the adventurer approaches.
Alright, give me 1 minute, guys. I'll be right back. Alright guys, sorry about that.
We got lucky, little mortal. The letter we found indicated that Sister Saldina wanted the portal key brought to her after the cultists recovered it. For whatever reason, that didn't happen. Perhaps they were waiting for Devastator Rulin to return.
Devastator Rulin. That's the cultist that managed to kill... Oh. Devastator Rulin. That's the cultist you managed to kill in your lair, right?
Yes, and whose corpse now rests before us. He will serve my purposes well, I think. Time enough for that later. For now, take this. I understand that your kind expects such treats after performing clever tricks for your betters.
Wow. And she ain't shy at all about the class divide that we have. You just rub your nose right in it.
Questions about the order of the waking flame still linger, little mortal. And the danger posed to your plane of existence hasn't abated. We can still help each other if you are willing.
What do you need me to do?
Before we make use of the portal key, we must complete our own preparations. Then we can find the cult's base in Oblivion and determine their plans for the Cataclysm. You must acquire the root of a fluster fume plant and a tincture of befuddlement.
Okay. Why do we need roots and a tincture?
The relic opens a portal to Oblivion, most likely the Deadlands. Regardless, we can't just stroll in and expect them to reveal their plans.
Why not?
I'll use those items to create a potion to fool them. It will make you appear to be the corpse lying here.
Alright. I'll get the fluster fume root and the tincture.
Fluster fume plants grow nearby, southeast in the caves of Camp Bushnikbar. As for the tincture of befuddlement, I believe Orion the alchemist may have one at the outpost south of Bramblebreach. Return here when you have acquired both.
This potion you plan to create will make me look just like the dead cultist?
No. It will make you look like the dead cultist when he was still among the living. That's the intent, anyway. I am not much of an alchemist, but I believe I can make this work. Mortal flesh is much more malleable than you would imagine.
Tell me more about this fluster fume root.
A little-known plant, the fluster fume has a wide variety of alchemical applications. For our purposes, the root will suffice. That's where all the confusion-inspiring properties congregate. It will help muddle the minds of those you encounter.
What's the tincture of befuddlement?
Consider it an enhancement for the potion I'll create. A strengthening agent, if you will. It provides the necessary layer of bewilderment that will reinforce your disguise.
And where can I locate this tincture?
An alchemist I know has a supply. Orion. You can find her at the outpost south of Bramblebreach. Tell her the tincture is for me, and give her some of those yellow rocks you mortals are so fond of. Then return back to me.
Those yellow rocks you guys are so fond of. I like that. Remind me, why is the portal key so important?
When I learned the cult sought the relic, I acquired it first. Then they stole it from me, and I employed your assistance to retrieve it. During that escapade, we learned that the relic was a portal key to a waking flame base in Oblivion.
Why is it important that we sneak into this base?
My interests in these matters are strictly curiosity. I want to know more about their strange Cataclysm device and its ultimate purpose. You, I assume, want to stop the cult from unleashing the disasters of Mehrunes Dagon upon the mortal realm.
And you think we can accomplish all that by sneaking into their base?
No, but we can both get closer to our goals. We know that a cult leader called Sister Seldina is expecting our dead cultist to bring the portal key to her. And we know she plans to test the Cataclysm. We need to be there to witness that test. Fluster fume plant.
What?
The tincture is
works.
ready.
It really works!
Are you sure you want to deal with that woman?
That woman is very powerful, and I've enjoyed my discussions with her. What does she call herself?
The tincture is ready. But are you sure you want to deal with that woman?
That woman is very powerful, and I've enjoyed my discussions with her. What does she call herself? A prophet? So, what brings you to our little outpost, traveler? If you're looking for something specific, I must warn you that my alchemical stocks are severely limited at this point in time.
I was told you might have a tincture of befuddlement for a purchase.
Ah, you must be another one of the Dread Lady's followers. I've had a number of pleasant conversations with her prophet Rogatina, and I even got to meet the Dread Lady once. She mentioned she might have need of such a tincture, so I brewed one up.
Whoops.
So, you must... No disrespect intended, but I was hoping she'd come to pick it up herself. I so looked forward to basking in her glorious presence again. Ah, well, perhaps next time. Here you go, and don't bother about the cost. It's a gift for the Dread Lady.
Oh, sure, no problem.
So the Wood Elves have a friend who's not afraid to fight. Good. Give me that.
Was that necessary, Tamit?
Azura, give us strength.
I can't be the only one.
Just in time, little mortal. Place the root and the tincture in the cauldron. The root you found was a perfect specimen, and the tincture just the right shade of distraction. The potion should work perfectly now.
I assume there's more to your plan than just a potion of disguise.
Of course. Wheels within wheels and all that. After you drink the potion and disguise yourself as a waking flame cultist, I will pretend to be your prisoner. Not only are you returning with the portal key, you're bringing them a gift. Me.
Remind me, who am I impersonating again?
Devastator Rulin, the worm who led the craven attack on my lair. He had the good fortune of dying by my hand before his associate incapacitated me with that damn blade. You will pretend to be the cultist, and I shall pretend to be your prisoner.
And what will you do with the portal key?
Sister Saldina's letter explained how to align the segments of the portal key. I shall set it accordingly and open a doorway to whatever realm the cult is using as a base. You drink from the cauldron and step through. Then our charade begins. The disguise is perfect.
Yep. Sure is.
Now, I shall activate the portal key. There. Step through and assume your role. I shall do the same. Definitely not nerd. Let's look around. This is Fargrave. Interesting. We must find the Daganists and determine what they're doing here. This obscure corner of Oblivion is known only as Fargrave. I certainly didn't expect the portal key to lead us here.
Fargrave. Never heard of that place.
I wouldn't have expected you to. The inhabitants prefer their privacy. It's a realm without a prince, which gives them a modicum of freedom. And it's a crossroads of sorts. A way station between Nirn and the rest of Oblivion.
A way station.
Once you find your way to Fargrave, the paths through Oblivion become easier to navigate. Daedra and mortals alike can be found here, engaging in trade on a planar level. I begin to grasp why the Waking Flame have set up operations here.
What do you mean?
With no prince, the accords that make it harder for other realms to connect to Nirn do not apply. Once they learn the way, with relics such as the portal key, the Waking Flame can move through Fargrave with impunity to reach Nirn and the Deadlands.
Why do you think they need easy access between the two realms?
Not for any reason that won't give you nightmares, little mortal. Now, let's find the cultists so you can present your prisoner. Then we shall learn what we can about the cult's plans and the true purpose of the Cataclysm.
Devastator Rulin? Is that you? We fear the Dremora killed you, and who's that beside you? Is that Lyranth the Dremora? I'm impressed, Devastator. I didn't imagine your mission would yield such notable results.
I assumed the Order would appreciate a gift of this magnitude.
Indeed. And the Fargrave Cataclysm could use a new Daedric entity. For the next test, of course. I'll let you present her to Sister Saldina personally.
Where will I find Sister Saldina?
Right through that door. I'm sure Sister Saldina will want to hear all about your mission. And we've yet to attempt to use the Cataclysm on a Daedra of Lyran's caliber. I expect the results will be quite informative.
So, the mortal returns from its mission, and it brings a prisoner. How unexpected. And I assumed Lyranth was more capable. I would never allow myself to be captured by one such as you. Still, Nakvraz may want to question her before the next test.
Nakvraz? Is he supposed to be someone important?
Does Sister Saldina not teach her Devastators anything of import? Volkina's Nakvraz is a favorite of Lord Dagon, sent here to ensure Saldina doesn't mangle the Cataclysm project. Such endeavors are too vital to leave completely in mortal hands.
And here I thought Sister Saldina was in charge here.
You're a mortal, but do you have to be so naive? Sister Saldina has her place, and she will keep it for as long as she proves worthy. When she no longer serves a meaningful purpose, Nakvraz will take action. Until then, step carefully, Devastator.
After the failure at the Dread Cellar, your Fargrave Cataclysm must perform as promised, Saldina.
The device will work as intended, Nakvraz. Ah, here comes the Devastator now.
Devastator, you honor me. How can a lowly acolyte serve you?
I just returned, Acolyte. What's happening here at the base?
The Cataclysm initiative proceeds apace. Sister Saldina continues to make adjustments and improvements with every version of the device. I understand we're about to witness a new demonstration. I can't wait to see it perform as intended.
You know what the Catalyst does, Acolyte.
Is this some sort of test, Devastator? The Cataclysm is our great work. Our role in the larger purpose of the Order of the Waking Flame. We will use the device to bless Daedra with the power of living disasters, and then unleash them on Nirn.
Devastator Rulin, you've returned. And with a prize, I see. Impressive. We thought for sure that the Dremora got the better of you and your team. I'm almost glad to see we were wrong.
Seeing as I am just returned, care to enlighten me about what's going on here at the base?
Our forces are in place. Soon, Fargrave will belong to the Waking Flame. We will be able to operate openly and without concern.
And Sister Seldina has made great strides in perfecting the Cataclysm, no thanks to Vulcanaz Nakbraz.
Isn't Vulcanaz from Nakbraz our ally?
Ally, yes. Friend, not so sure. Like others of his kind, he considers himself the better of mortals such as ourselves. And he barely tolerates that Sister Seldina is in charge of this operation. Sometimes I think he'd love to slaughter us all.
Devastator Rulin. I assume the blade did its job? Of course it did. How else could you capture Lyrin the Dremora? She has been a thorn in our side for much too long. Well done. But what about the portal key? Were you able to recover it?
The portal key and Lyrinth. For you, Sister Seldina.
A remarkable achievement, Devastator. And fortunate as well. We're about to perform another test with the Fargrave Cataclysm, and Nakbraz is hesitant to provide me with any more of his precious Daedra. Lyrinth should do very nicely.
The Fargrave Catalyst will perform admirably, I'm sure.
I hope that's not skepticism or sarcasm I hear in your voice, Devastator. I get enough of that from Nakbraz. Despite the setback at the Dread Cellar, I have every faith in the device. Soon we will unleash an army of living disasters upon Nirn.
Living disasters?
Did your Doombringer tell you nothing? The Cataclysm enhances Daedra, transforms them into incarnates of disasters. First, we take control of this pitiful demiplane. Then, we launch our assault using Fargrave's connections to Nirn.
A worthy plan.
Worthy? It is brilliant. Sentries, take the Dremora and place her in the Cataclysm. Devastator, enter the Cataclysm chamber when you're ready. Then the demonstration will begin. Of activating the Fargrave Cataclysm. Touch the rune and witness the transformative power of the Cataclysm. Lord Dagon's blessing will turn Lyrinth into disaster incarnate.
Do what you must, flee. Lyrinth is ready. I have seen enough. I will be free.
The Dremora damage the Catalyst. Duke of Fire, destroy them!
Shut it down! We must preserve the Cataclysm.
Deal with the Havokrell, mortal. I'll open a portal back to Nirn.
I will watch over you.
Laughable mortals! You have no power here! You will be destroyed for your audacity! to flee.
The energy emanating from the Cataclysm is interfering with my magic. We must find a place where I can open a portal. I cannot open a portal.
Until you rise again.
This is far enough. I will open a portal out of this place. Quickly! Into the portal before more cultists arrive.
Mistress, you're injured.
Nonsense. Merely a scratch. You did well, little mortal. Sister Saldina and her cultists never suspected a thing, and we returned richer than when we departed.
Richer? You were almost turned into a monster by the Catalyst.
That was never going to happen. My bonds were illusory, and it was a simple enough task to free myself once you activated the Cataclysm. I observed long enough to grasp the workings of the machine. Then I made my escape.
But what did we learn?
We learned that Sister Saldina's faction of the cult has a base in Fargrave, and they plan to conquer that obscure plane of oblivion to use as some sort of staging ground for their nefarious machinations.
Yeah, but what did you learn about the Catalyst?
The power surging through the device carries the tinge of Mehrunes Dagon. It seems it is designed to imbue a Daedra with the energy of a single disaster and transform it into an incarnate. They plan to unleash these horrors on Nirn.
Did you destroy the Catalyst?
Perhaps. Noctvraz seemed to think so. I bought us time to consider, to plan. Sister Saldina can make more such devices, however. Eventually. But did you see? Noctvraz despises Saldina. Perhaps we can use that.
I still don't understand why you're interested in all of this.
And you don't have to. Just know that the cult plans to unleash destruction on your world. Now, I must contemplate. The device. It can change Daedra. I must return to Fargrave. I will summon you when I learn more. Until then, you have my thanks.
Alright, and it looks like our reward for this is a major adornment. Grave Elegance Mask. Combining Daedric elegance with protection of the wearer's eyes and identity. The mask makes you a mysterious as oblivion itself. Okay.
So many avenues to ponder. Sister Sildina and the Waking Flame. the Cataclysts, Valkanaz, Nokfraz, and Mehrunes Dagon's role in all this. I shall return to Fargrave and see what else I can learn. I'll call upon you when I need you, little mortal.
Do you know Valknaz Nokfraz? Whatever the hell?
No, never met him before, but I've heard of him. One of Dagon's fiercest generals, a soldier in his ongoing quest to satisfy his insatiable hunger for destruction. It appears he was ordered to work with Sister Saldina, and I don't think he likes it.
What was it like when the catalyst was activated?
Like being in the eye of a storm. A deluge of raging infernos, devastating earthquakes, and apocalyptic floods. The energy would have transformed me had I not acted. I could feel the promise of power, and the strange sensation of change.
Why do you need to return to Fargrave?
Because that is where Sister Saldina is. The cult has ambitious plans for the Demiplane. We delayed those plans, but we didn't stop them. I will find out what I can and then send for you. Assuming you still want to save your world, that is.
Okay. That one wasn't a memento. That one wasn't an adornment. Okay. No thank you. Alright, let's see what else we got. I don't have any stolen goods. Wait, yeah, I don't have anything like that on me.
View my wares without obligation.
Alright. Let's go to Wayrest and find out what this Rhea wants.
Selling, buying, trading, right here.
What do you want? Yeah.
friend tells me something stirred up the wood orcs again.
This one has had enough of wood orcs for a lifetime.
God damn it, I have to freaking ride by boat? Okay.
No doubt
Where's the port in this place, or is there
the
one?
misfortunes of others to their advantage.
Not in this one. It's over here. Alright. Let's make this easy for ourselves. Where's Stonefall?
So what? These things are everywhere. Like rats.
I won't promise comfortable. Walk with the...
It's not a good day to travel.
Well?
Fewer people staring at me than I anticipated. What a strange time you live in.
You're telling me. A strange time indeed.
Well?
You want to make some gold, Walker?
True.
Ah, right on time. I'm joking, of course. Honestly, I feared you wouldn't come. Divination and prophecy yield few certainties. Still, this vision was clearer than most. You and I, this room, the scent of ale and wood smoke. Yes, this was meant to be.
Sounds like I'm being seduced. You can see the future?
I'm afraid it's not as easy as that. I see a tangle of futures, a swirling mass of action and consequence. Every now and again, though, a specific moment strikes like a thunderbolt. Moments like this. Some dark entity stalks the oracles of Azura.
Who are the oracles of Azura?
Yes, servants of the Twilight Queen. My friends and I decipher visions of the future for other votaries of Azura. Unfortunately, something is abducting us one by one. Bring this crystal to Pariah Abbey. Our Rose Mother will tell you the rest.
Very well. I'll seek out Azura.
I do hope you'll hurry to Pariah Abbey. I see the other oracles, my friends, languishing in chains. A prison that hurtles through space and time, filled with Daedra and choking steam. Oh, gives me vertigo just thinking about it.
How often do you see this tangle of futures?
All the time. Makes dinner dates interesting, I can tell you. One moment we're speaking about the consistency of the soup. The next, I'm fumbling with my spoon, rambling about talking candlesticks and trees made of blood.
Interesting. How's that go over with your dinner companions?
Ha! Haven't you a cheek? If you must know, it goes poorly. As I'm sure you can guess, the gentlemen rarely call on me a second time.
How did you gain this power? Did Azura give it to you?
I'm not sure. My parents thought me mad, abandoned me on the streets of Wayrest at the tender age of 8. Mercifully, the abbot of Pariah Abbey discovered my gifts and introduced me to the Twilight Queen. I achieved clarity. I have Azura to thank.
I also achieved clarity. You said the oracles were abducted.
2. Kanzan and Musha, both powerful soothsayers in their own right. Kanzan vanished a week ago, pruning his sugar canes. His fellow votaries told me that he showed no signs of distress. He simply walked out into the field and never came back.
And Musha?
Musha, an Argonian, disappeared just 2 days ago. He tends Azura's shrine in Blackmarsh. It's a quiet affair with a simple shrine and very few acolytes. He went out to light votary candles near the shrine and never returned.
And you're certain they were abducted?
Beyond certain. I heard their cries. Still hear them, in fact. These abductions stink of Daedric plotting. Rival princes conspire against my lady constantly. One of them seeks to blind her by snatching up her oracles. Perhaps more than one.
And how do you know that Azura will actually speak to me?
Because you're anointed by fate, or something close to fate. I stopped arguing the specifics years ago. The Queen of Dawn and Dusk needs your help. Trust me, Azura's desires are hard to miss. She is insistent. She'll speak to you, believe me.
There are wounded to tend to, but I'm wounded myself. Please, you have to help me. The Midnight Union bandits. I don't know why. I was no threat to them. But they attacked me anyways.
You need a healer.
No. I am a healer. I can take care of myself. It's the others. So many of my fellow wardens are injured. I was trying to help them, but I can't really go on.
And what do you need me to do?
Take these poultices. It should at least help them get on their feet so they can get to safety.
Okay. I'll help the injured. Then come back and check on you.
Move to flank!
What the hell? I guess I can't get up on this plank that I'm trying to get on. There we go. I keep jumping and I go side to side and he just like goes over it and over it again and over it and over it again. What the hell?
May Azura bless you for all your days.
Fire! Help! Whoever you are! I don't understand how this could be happening. We have no feud with the Midnight Union. Why would they suddenly come here and destroy the Abbey? It doesn't make any sense.
Is there anything I can do to help? I'm a wandering helpy helperton in the area.
Certainly! The bandits set everything on fire. The whole place is going up in smoke, and they're preventing us from putting the fires out. We weren't prepared to fight. If you'll help extinguish the flames, it would be a tremendous favor.
Alright. Got any suggestions on how to put out the flames?
Take this bucket. If you can get to the well and fill it. I don't know any other way. The larger fire may not be so easy. Just focus on the smaller fires first.
Alright. I'll put out whatever fires I can.
I appreciate your assistance, but I would not want you to think of the spirit wardens as helpless. We are a capable lot, but to be attacked out of nowhere like this and by the Midnight Union, we were just caught off guard.
Oh yeah? That sucks. Oh, by the way, who are the Midnight Union?
Smugglers mostly, and gamblers, even petty thieves. But they've never been ruffians before now. They almost killed Brother Roland. I thought I knew them. Why attack the Abbey? Why?
I don't know. Probably something they want.
always be welcome at the Abbey.
You will always be welcome at the Abbey.
May Azura bless you for all your days.
Show your might, Tucker!
I can see that many of the small fires have been extinguished. Thank you for volunteering to help us.
Yes. I put out many of the small fires.
Thanks for pitching in. I think we've saved enough crops to make it through the winter. But why did this happen? What's it all about? I hesitate to ask you for further assistance, but if you're willing, your help would certainly be appreciated. Our leader, Abbot Duroc, left some time ago and hasn't returned. I fear he may be injured or worse.
Where'd he go?
Abbot Duroc and a few others went to the Cave of Dreams on the North Ridge. Duroc wanted to get something to help put out the fires. Brother Hakam went after them with a scroll of return to help get them back sooner. Now I worry about Hakam too.
You want me to look for Hakam and Duroc?
Both, but look for Brother Hakam first. With the scroll of return, you can get Abbot Duroc back here sooner, where I hope he'll be able to put out that big fire.
I'll find both and get back as soon as possible.
I saw many of my fellow wardens make it to safety. Thank you. It's so ironic that we rely on a stranger's help after being attacked by those we considered friends.
I'm glad I could help. How are you?
Thank you for asking. I'm feeling better already. It's certainly a relief to know that the other wardens are safe. I'll be able to get back to the Abbey soon. Perhaps I'll see you there.
Rejoice, mortal. You stand in the presence of beauty and terror, between pale light and long shadows. I am Azura, Queen of Dawn and Dusk. I have a task for you.
I don't know, but that voice really doesn't sound that commanding to me. You might want to pick a different line of speech. But anyway, Rhea told me that the Daedric forces abducted your oracles.
She speaks the truth. The halls of Oblivion fill with whispers. Collusion, conspiracy. I believe some of my fellow princes seek to blind me. They know how much I treasure my servants. They would steal what I hold most dear.
Alright, what a hassle. But, can't you just rescue them yourself?
I cannot. The prince's compact with Sotha Seal binds my hands. You must be the vessel of my wrath. I sense my oracles, adrift in the void, imprisoned in pockets of oblivion, hidden dimensions, only accessible through Nirn. You will rescue them.
And how am I going to open up these pockets of oblivion?
My enemy servants likely use void keys, powerful charms capable of tearing small holes in the veil of oblivion. They require Daedric essence to function. Slay any Daedra you find and claim their essence. A charged void key will open any pocket.
Hear that, guys? A charged void key will open any pocket. How do I collect a Daedric essence?
Daedra cannot be killed, only banished. When you strike a mortal blow, their essence returns to oblivion. The crystal Rhea gave you captures that essence before it escapes. A prison of sorts. Defeat any Daedra, and the crystal will do the rest.
Can you tell me about this compact with Sotha Seal?
Long ago, my vulgar peer, Molag Bal, manifested himself in the town of Gilvardel and destroyed it utterly. In response, the dark elf Magus Sotha Seal gathered 8 of the most powerful princes to a summit in Cold Harbor.
And what was the purpose of said summit?
The Tribune persuaded us, through a private bargain, to cease meddling in mortal affairs directly. An amusing request from someone who fancies himself a god. Now, we exert our will through intermediaries. In truth, I prefer it this way.
What about the other Daedric princes? Aren't there more than 8?
Many more. But the princes bound by the Cold Harbor Compact stand above their lesser kith. None can match my beauty, or Molag Bal's horrors. Dagon makes an art of destruction. On it goes. Of course, outward weakness often shrouds hidden power.
If you're so powerful, how did Sotha Seal convince you to join the compact?
Such matters are better left undiscussed. Perhaps you can ask Sothaseel about it. If you can find him, of course.
How will I find your oracles?
While you hunt Daedra and gather their essence, my ward Rhea will conjure up visions.
Visions?
Yes, of her friend's suffering. Such visions might grant her a glimpse of where the other oracles are hidden. There will be pain, undoubtedly, but she possesses a rare and terrible gift. True insight requires sacrifice.
I don't suppose it tells me where to go kill the Daedra. This says just like go around and find like random Daedra. Here, let me kill your pets.
Friend or foe, declare yourself. No one will harm the abbot. Not while I draw breath.
I've come to help. I'm afraid Brother Hakam is dead.
And I have more terrible news. Those damned outlaws cast a sleeping spell on Abbot Duroc. I can't wake him. He came down here for this scroll of summoning, said it would stop the biggest fire. I just hope it's worth what it cost.
With this scroll of return help, I found it on Brother Hakam.
As Europe praise his foresight, this will get us back to the Abbey. Duroc said this scroll of summoning should be read near the largest fire in the field. Please, take it and use it there. I'll meet you at the Abbey when you're done. An Atronach. Simply amazing. Duroc, you were right, my friend. You were right.
How about Abbot Duroc?
He's still under a sleep spell. But I've learned something. The Midnight Union wanted us to panic. The attack, the fires. They were just a diversion. While we were distracted, they entered the Abbey and stole the Dream Shard. You must awaken Abbot Duroc. He'll know how to get the Dream Shard back. Talk to our healer, Friswear. He's inside tending to the Abbot.
I'll do what I can.
We can't create more dreamless potions without the Dream Shard.
What
Without those potions, we, and the king, are vulnerable to the supernal dreamers.
Sounds absolutely terrible. I mean, like, what's a Dream Shard?
The Dream Shard is a priceless relic, a literal piece of Azura's realm of moon shadow. With it, we can distill water from the Cave of Dreams into dreamless potions. Without that shard, we can't make any more of them.
And why do you need these dreamless potions?
We use them to protect ourselves from nightmare attacks by our enemies, the supernal dreamers. Since we don't dream, we're not vulnerable to dream magic. We also send them to the king and his counselors. Another reason we're tolerated here.
You mean King Emmerich will be vulnerable now as well?
Exactly. So you see how important it is to recover the Dream Shard. The safety of the realm is at stake. You're the one who helped save our fields. Listen, I may have discovered the source of Durok's affliction.
How can we awaken Abbot Duroc?
It won't be easy. The spell enthralling the abbot traps him in sleep and forces him to dream. It's a clever spell, since the spirit wardens can't enter his dream. In fact, we can't dream at all.
Why can't you dream?
We drink dreamless potions nightly. That's why we're immune to dream attacks from our enemies, the supernal dreamers. As of now, you're the only person in Pariah Abbey who can dream. The only one who can save Duroc.
So how can I save Abbot?
We have another potion we rarely use, a Dream Stride potion. It'll put you into a dreaming sleep. Then I can merge your mind with Abbot Duroc's. You must find him in his dream, figure out what holds him there, and awaken him.
Ha! Duroc, you say we betrayed you, but the Spirit Wardens and the Midnight Union were never allies.
Indeed. We serve two very different mistresses. Our dream is your nightmare. Welcome to the new world, Abbot.
Our allies have betrayed us. The Midnight Union are now enemies, and I failed to see it coming.
Abbot Duroc, you must wake up.
I can't, my child. These chains bind me to my nightmare. However, it's still my dream. So I know one of the Midnight Union men outside carries the key to my chains. Slay them until you find it. Don't hesitate or fear. They're only dream spirits.
That's okay. I wouldn't care if they were real.
In this dream state, only you and I are real. And I'm only really certain of myself.
To the side! Go around! Shadow!
find the key?
Yes, here it is.
Good. Once I've removed these chains, we'll awaken. Speak with me again.
Without you, I'd still be trapped in that dream. Now we must work together to stop this threat to Stormhaven.
Tell me about the threat.
You saw my dream. Clearly, Vermina's cult, the Supernal Dreamers, is behind this betrayal by the Midnight Union. The outlaws of the Union took the Dream Shard, but I fear it's for Vermina's evil purposes. We must recover it. I don't look forward to informing the king about this, but we must let him know as soon as possible. He will not be pleased.
Why will the king be upset?
King Emmerich must be informed that without the Dream Shard, we won't be able to supply him the dreamless potions that protect him from the Supernal Dreamers. His Majesty might reward the one who brings him word of this. Would you do it?
I'll give the king the news.
Seek out the king in Wayrest and give him the news. He must know as soon as possible.
So if the Midnight Union has the Dream Shard,
then you need to find the Midnight Union. True, but not yet. The entire purpose of the attack on the Abbey was to acquire the Dream Shard, and its purpose is as a defense against the Supernal Dreamers.
So you think the Supernal Dreamers were behind the Midnight Union's attack?
I do, which means those cultists are planning something. Something big. King Emmerich must be warned. That is the highest priority.
Alright guys, I think that I've had just about enough for today. I'm glad you all came, and I will catch you on the next one. Until then, do take care, and try to remain as tranquil as you possibly can through these trying times. Later.